Hey, what's up? Yeah, I don't really know what I feel like playing. I don't really feel like playing Sniper Elite. It's fun, but I think I need to not kill people as much. And I mean, I could go for a lower difficulty, of course, but at such high difficulty, I think really have to not kill. It's not. It's not. I mean, definitely not helping, but it's not so much that. It's just that the controls for sneaking around aren't so comfortable. I don't feel like spending a couple hours like my hand in a claw trying to sneak around. I don't think there's any other way for me to beat it at that high of a difficulty. They, the AI is just too intuitive when I don't just immediately land shots, immediate kills. But they also find bodies and stuff like that, and then it puts them on alert, and then they start searching for you, and then they start like roving around in packs, and then because it's such a high difficulty, they see you from pretty far distance. I also realized that shooting them in the head is actually kind of bad because the helmets actually do like ping if you hit their helmet. Like I wasn't sure. I did it one time when I was playing and I shot a guy in the head and I was pretty sure like his helmet flew off, but he didn't die. I was kind of surprised. But apparently that ping also like if there are other guys nearby, they'll hear it. One of their guys getting shot in the head. So I suppose it's actually better to shoot people in the nuts or the heart. Yeah, exactly. Helmets save, well, most of the time. Well, I mean, sorry. Sometimes, sometimes they save in that game, the AI. But that definitely seemed to do a job here. So yeah, I just kind of went to something that was a little slower. Also, my desk isn't so comfortable. After playing like long hours of keyboard and mouse, shoulders start to hurt. I wish people actually made decent mice that were ergonomic. But all the ergonomic mice are total crap when it comes to like actual build, like build quality, and then all the gaming mice are your typical mice, but but mice are really not ergonomic at all. Like keeping your hand twisted flat on a table. Oh no, I got past that. I think last time you saw me, I was doing that solitaire thing, right? Last time I was playing this, I beat that. I beat something else too. I got like kind of stuck on a few of them, but it wasn't so much stuck as like I was just trying to beat my friends. Scores. Which is why I'm also trying to think of this. Yep, solitaire mahjong. Actually it's pretty okay, I guess. If we have no signal, or it's less than 100, I just sleep because there's nothing I can do. Go back. Otherwise, wonder how many It's the stores. Oh yeah, what kind of item was it? Oh, cool. Maybe you can find it on eBay. Yeah, those things are cool. Like, I like those figurines, but I always feel like I have too much crap, and then things always pile up, and I always end up with too much stuff. Never, I don't know. I like it when other people have those things, and like, you know, like all set up nicely and on display, and it looks really cool. And I wish I could do that, but it never works for me. Yeah, you have a whole box of them. Yeah. I just have, I don't know, I just have too much stuff, and I try not to accumulate things at this point, regardless of what it is, but I like inevitably accumulate more stuff, and then for me, I don't know why but I get sentimental, and I hate like throwing things away because there's some memory attached to it or whatever. I have a bunch of stuff from when I was a kid because my parents packed it, but like, you know, I don't know. I don't really care that much, I guess, but on some level, I feel like maybe my kids would think it would be cool to have something that I had when I was a kid when they get older. But, you know, I I try to subscribe to my mother-in-law's method of basically just keeping, like, getting rid of everything that I don't need. I have a lot of books. I wouldn't get rid of those. Although I don't, you know, I don't even know why I keep them because I've read them all, and I don't know that I would ever read them again. I mean, I have, I guess, in the past, but I just don't have enough time, you know? Like, if I'm gonna read something, I'll probably read something now that I haven't read before and not an old story that I had read. But it's also cool having a bunch of books. I don't know. I don't know who that Marie Kondo is. Or is it Marie? Yeah, I have some comics that I collected when I was a kid that I've kept in like the protective covers and stuff like that, and I've kept those for a while and given to my kids, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I just keep ending up with more and more junk. Like, I don't even know how it happens. I mean, part of it's my kids, but like, I don't even buy clothes. And my closet's full, and it's all full of, like, I need to throw like a bunch of stuff out because it's all full of stuff that is old and that I've had for like 15 years, and like, I don't buy clothes. I mean, like, I actually bought a bunch of shirts, meaning 4 shirts, 4 polo shirts, because I had really had kind of nothing to wear that wasn't just a t-shirt. is she old? Because I doubt my mother-in-law knows her. My mother-in-law is a, well, let's just say she raised two kids mostly by herself, and she doesn't actually know that much except like working and taking care of things. And now that she's older, she's finally like learning to watch movies and stuff. Yeah, then probably not. I don't I don't think my mother-in-law is really into that kind of stuff. Like she doesn't really keep up with any of that. Like anything that's like newish. I mean, she'll watch the news or whatever, but I don't think she keeps up with any like of the like trends or anything like that. Although she was kind of a she was I think she was like a sales lady for one of the department stores, like shop at a department store, like one of the Japanese designers. So basically every time I go to Japan, I take some of my old clothes with me because that's basically all that I wear anyway. And then I ask her to like sew buttons back on. And it's funny because it's such a huge like a huge dichotomy between like her and her style and my wife and her style and me and my style. Like the two of them are like they try to be like they like fashion and like they like trendy stuff, and like meanwhile like the eighth button I've sewn onto my shorts. Yeah, I mean, I am being economical, but at some point, I guess, I need to not look like a bum. But, I do my best, actually. The funny thing is, when when we first started dating and stuff, like it blew my wife's mind and my mother-in-law's mind that my shoes were always so clean. Like even like walking around Tokyo and stuff, like my shoes were always so clean. And it's like, I don't know, it's just a thing. Like I'm pretty conscious about like the uppers on my shoes. And so like I don't go to like any extra effort to like clean my shoes necessarily, but in general, like I'm kind of like I don't like get my foot stuck on anything or drag them or like do anything like that. But it was just really funny because them being like kind of trendier and like liking fashion and stuff like that, and having nice shoes, and then like the shoes being like scuffed up like 3 months later and stuff like that. And then meanwhile I had this like pair of shoes that were like 5 years old that I wore all the time, and they looked like they were almost new. And like they at that point would they were like what the heck. I was like, I don't know, it's just the way I walk, I guess, the way I but everything else is kind of just old and whatever. I mean, I don't look like trash, but I look like a college kid, which is not necessarily good. Barnes and Noble? That is so weird. Oh, dude, come on, give me one more line. You son of a. But yeah, back to the clothing though. I like jackets and shoes, and every time we go out, not that I have a lot of shoes or anything, but every time my wife's like, we need to go get some stuff," and I'm always like, "Okay, cool," and then I should get some shoes. Like, you don't need shoes. And then like every time winter comes around, I'm like, looks like a nice jacket. Actually, here, I'll see if I can show you this. I'll see if I can show you this hat. Um, as an example, a kind of example of like what. Well, my wife bought me a hat last Christmas, that I've been wearing. It's that blue hat, right? Um, it's that blue hat that I wear, but I'll show you the hat that I used to wear. So this is the hat that I used to wear, right? So I'll try to see if you can get a good view, but like you can see the metal coming through like on the top button. It's like kind of worn off. Like the fabric started to split down the middle, and it's like completely discolored right here from my hands for like basically grabbing it. And I mean, it's just yeah, it's totally broken in. I mean, it's, you know, and I wore this hat a lot, obviously, and I wore it a lot for like doing barbecues and stuff like that. And it doesn't smell like barbecue. It doesn't smell like anything right now, but it used to smell like smoke a lot, like barbecue smoke. Yeah, the problem though is the bill itself has actually gotten kind of stiff, and like it's actually sticky, like right here, because of this part right here is like worn out, right? And it's actually not that bad. It's like totally coming apart here, but this like darker part is actually sticky because of like barbecue smoke. But this is the hat I used to wear all the time. I actually had someone, I wore it at work one time, and someone ew, there's barbecue smoke. Nothing wrong with it. It is a little sticky, which is, like if you touched my hat, like I wouldn't be surprised if you were like, ew, because touching someone else's hat, you don't really know what it is, but the barbecue smoke actually just gets sticky. Yeah, exactly, it's sticky. You're like, why is it sticky? Like, you wouldn't know, but it's like baseball players in the Pine Tar, they have like that gets on their helmets, right? It's kind of like the same thing, except I was using barbecue smoke. But one time I was wearing this at work, and one of my coworkers was like, "How do you get your hat like so, like so basically so like worn in, or like conformed or whatever." I forgot how they asked. I was like, "Well, you just wear it for like 12 years." They were like, "What?" Like, yeah, wear it for a long time. Looks like Jin's streaming. You should go check it out. He's got that giveaway. Yeah, totally. I know a lot of people that, well, I mean, I've seen a lot of people buy like stuff that's kind of already worn and has some pairs of jeans like that too. And, people are like, I like your jeans. And I'm like, yeah, like, I can just do a lot of work in the jeans or whatever. And eventually I get holes in them. And it sucks because I don't know, I have some pairs of jeans that I wish I could keep wearing, but that was such like an ambiguously like I can't get holes in my jeans in the right areas. Like you go so many different ways with that ambiguous comment. But I totally agree. Always There are always tears between the legs. Yeah. I can actually relate to that. There's a pair of jeans that I have that I like a lot, and basically got to the point where actually a pair of shorts too. Oh man, I totally forgot about the pair of shorts. I used to wear those shorts all the time, and then I accidentally just tore them like right in the crotch area, and I kept wearing them for a while anyway, but then I figured the neighbors were gonna like call the police on me or something. Not the black ones; these are different ones, actually, that I would do work in. Yeah, no, the black ones are okay. Although I'm starting to get the fabric thinning like through some holes that I don't know how I got these holes. Something like hard to explain, but there's not that much life left in them. At least for this hole, right? That's generating, but they seem to be okay in general, like holding up. But I do get like holes in my crotch area in my jeans sometimes, and I can only relate that to the fact that the parts that are sewn together, like the edges are really thick, and in an area like that where like it's kind of maybe rubbing against each other more, the thinner bits just seem to like give out. But I always get holes in my knees in my jeans. It seems to always happen. I get holes on the knees in my jeans, and it drives me nuts because I hate it. I would ride my motorcycle with this pair of jeans, and eventually, like, I don't know why, I didn't really do any work in this pair of jeans. Like, mostly wore them to work, and like one day I'm like riding, and I can kind of like see like the fabric's like super thin, and I'm like, man, I really need to get some riding pants because these jeans are not going to do anything to save me. Like, at least not the knees. Did I ever show you my riding pants? I should show you those. It's hilarious. But Jin's streaming, and I think he's doing his giveaway. You should probably check it out if you want to get in on that. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really like, as per our previous conversation. No, I'm not trying to get rid of you. I just didn't want you to miss out in case that's what you wanted it. And then a lot of people are like, "Oh, I want that box," and I'm like, "That's a cool box," but as per our previous conversation, I already have enough junk, and like I don't really need anything that doesn't really do anything, except sit there. And oh, dude, it's funny. It's funny too. Like, I remember one of the streams, he was like talking about the box, and he was like showing it off, and like he's like, I made this, and like I'm gonna do a giveaway and like give it away, and This is like a few days ago. He's like, man, you guys don't even know. I spent so much time making this. And he's like, I spent like 5 hours making it. And I sat there and I laughed and I was like, Jesus, you're still such a kid, man. 5 hours making something that is it's like that's nothing. It made me laugh because like the difference in like his like life experience versus my life experience. It was just right there. I was like, oh my god, you're still just effectively a child. 5 hours of work. I mean, I mean, unless he was being sarcastic. Maybe he was being like sarcastic about it. It didn't seem like it, but maybe I missed it. But anyway, obviously I like him. He's a funny kid. Like, but he's so like innocent and like he's like a little naive sometimes. Yeah, yeah, I think he was too. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what this stream turned into, but I'll show you my riding pants. You can't see him that well, I guess, because the camera or whatever. But so these are my riding pants, right? And they look like regular jeans. This is turning into some like fashion stream now. So they look like normal pants, right? But like this is hard to explain, like and unless you feel it. But they're like jeggings, right? And they stretch like if I can find a better. It's hard to show the stretchy. Like you can totally feel it though. Like you can kind of see that it's stretching there, right? Like jeans won't do that, right? But they're like basically jeggings, if jeggings were a thing, right? And I have these like gel inserts in the sides, so like you put them in here, and there's these gel inserts, right? There are 2 for the hips and 2 for the knees, right? So they look like they're jeans, but they're actually like specifically made for riding, and they have like 5.5 seconds of slide time, so I can basically slide down pavement for like 5 seconds, and it should not actually. I basically shouldn't lose any skin, and so they're 2 pads for the knees and 2 pads for the hips. But the thing is that you can't really see. Right here, right on the sides are where the hip protectors are. So you can't really see it because I'm not wearing it, and I'm not actually gonna do some kind of a fashion show thing. But they push out slightly, and they make like I joke, like I say, like they basically make me look like I have childbearing hips, right? So they kind of push my hips out a little bit, so like when I'm walking around, and plus like my knees are like puffed out a little bit. So they look like they're jeans, but they look like also like I'm retarded and don't know how to pick out my jeans. So it's pretty funny, but again, I would rather keep my skin and have people think I'm incapable of properly picking out a pair of jeans. But they're still pretty cool. I mean, much better than what they used to have like 10 years ago and stuff. So yeah, that was my my fashion stream. Oh yeah, and I'm wearing my my awesome Patagonia jacket, of which I have. Okay, so yeah, check this out. Okay, so I have 2 Patagonia jackets. Well, one jacket, 1 vest. I have a Marmot down jacket, and I have a Uniqlo down jacket. um, and like a kind of big, like cheap leather jacket. And like I said, I like the jackets, and I don't really care to buy anything else. No, I won't wear all of them at once. I swapped them out. Um, One of the funny things too is that I like most of the t-shirts that I wear now are actually from the Extra Life thing that I do, like the overlay that's still up. Usually after like you get gifted one after you make a certain amount, and yeah, I think you have to be a silver member though. Basically, it's just an incentive for them to like get more donations or whatever. So it's like those are the only the t-shirts that I really wear anymore. And I mean, other than that, I guess I'm wearing more like I wear polo shirts now. I guess I've gotten old and it's bad, but they're kind of cool polo shirts. It's a weird thing that's happened where now whenever I go to like an outlet mall or whatever and there's a golf shop, like they have all of the stuff that I'm like, oh man, those shorts are nice. Um, those polo shirts are nice, and everything is like wicking and like not just like straight cotton or whatever. And I find it weird that I'm at the point where I actually really like a lot of um, basically golf clothing, and I don't really play golf. I have this really cool pair of white Adidas golf shorts that the material is like super awesome, super lightweight and wicking, but I can never wear them because I realize that basically anytime I'm going out is kind of really just meeting other families to like have to eat or something. It's always something to do with food, and I'm like, white shorts, food. Probably shouldn't wear these, so I never, I hardly wear them. Yeah, I'm pretty bad about that. My I went to my kids' ballet, right? And like the actual production. I mean, I've been to a few of them now, but like the actual proper production that we paid for and sat in the whatever the hell it is. Whatever it's called. Not a not a theater, but whatever. And that night my wife was like, no, I didn't. I did not go in polo and shirts, but I wore. Actually, you saw that like blue like flannel collared long sleeve shirt. Like I wore that, and and like some nicer pair of jeans, like my quote unquote work jeans that are just basically a nicer pair of jeans that I have. Is again, I'm pretty casual, and and some like loafer type shoes. They're like Skechers, but like they basically just look like they're like slip-on types that. So I'm doesn't look, so basically I'm not wearing sneakers, right? Even though I'm kind of wearing, even though they're kind of like basically sneakers. Um, they're kind of casual, and she's like, I wish you had something more. Like, can't you wear something a little fancier? And I'm like, what do you want me to wear? A suit and tie? Because after this point, there's like literally nothing for me to wear. Like the next thing from this is like I can wear a polo shirt. You want me to wear a polo shirt? I don't know how it's different than this like collared long sleeve shirt that I'm wearing. And if that's not the problem, then I basically have to wear a suit, is what you're telling me. Like slacks, button up shirt, and a tie. Yeah, except that it's not really like that, and people aren't really wearing suits. Like some people do wear suits, right? But most people are like, a lot of the people are wealthy and they wear like, some like expensive pair of jeans that I couldn't even, say the name of. One of those like super like yuppie type stores that all they sell are like, polo shirts and khaki shorts and those like boat shoes and stuff, whatever. Like they wear like jeans, like some kind of loafers, like a polo shirt and a sport jacket, right? But they basically have all the combinations of these, like a suit jacket, dark corduroy slats, yeah, to your orchestra performances, yeah. Yeah, this is like, I don't know. For one, I just don't have the clothes. Yeah, I mean, it's either like a suit or, I could wear it without a tie and like a jacket, but it just, I don't know. It's too formal. I mean, I should wear a suit when someone dies or someone gets married, and that's it. No, there's no other reason to wear a suit. Yeah, it was funny too, because I had to use the restroom during intermission, and there was some two guys that were like, one guy walked in, and I guess he knew the other guy. He's like, "Hey, how's it going? Is it your first ballet?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You managed to stay awake?" Or something like that, and he was busting like a few jokes like that, and I was like, meanwhile, I was there at the urinal peeing, like nodding my head, like, yes, I totally, I can totally relate to your conversation. Dang, I think I have to use another piece. After all of that. What the heck? Oh, I did do that thing. Dang. I did do that thing. Man, I need a vacation. Yeah. I'm so tired. My brain is so fried, and I keep switching things, like context switching, and it's destroying me. I need a rest, and I'm supposed to be studying for some stuff, for that Scala stuff, and I had a friend text me today saying, why have you abandoned us?" And he was talking about HOTS, and I told him that I've just been streaming a lot and like and studying and stuff. I used to I used to only play HOTS, and then I kind of just got so tired of it. Um, the constant churn of, oh, okay, everything's changing. So if you don't keep up with the changes, then it takes a long while to catch up to like everything that's changed. And then you gotta deal with all the people that are so salty because nobody can enjoy a video game and lose like not like a 2-year-old child. Yeah, I know I haven't. I keep saying I want to like I'll get back into it, but I don't know. Like something just like nothing's drawing me back to the game. I feel it's kind of boring actually. Yeah. That's not true. I mean, like the only place I ever made it to was gold, right? But I'm also not really a fan of Hero League. Like adding the drafting into all of it is really like even more. It's more time than I even really care to spend, right? I spend a lot of time watching HGC, and after it like a lot of the tournaments died down, I kind of stopped paying attention to it. Um, I, you know, it would be nice to be good at the game, kinda, but the thing is, like, I don't really know what I'm aiming for, right? I mean, being good at that game is such a kind of an empty, it's just an empty trophy, right? I mean, there's so many examples of even the higher level players are just super salty and whiny little babies. And so, like, what am I actually working toward, right? Like, oh, the fact that I can go show you my virtual numbers and be like, oh, look at me, my virtual numbers are better than your virtual numbers, and still deal with the same like temper what do you call it, temper tantrums from basically like pro level players instead. Like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of with any game. If you're talking about the getting to the top or whatever, it's kind of with any game, but you know it's also Well, League of Legends is the same thing, right? I mean, you're talking MOBAs, right? I'm not saying that HOTS is exempt from that. I'm like, it's the same principle in the MOBAs, right? I wasn't speaking specifically about HOTS in this sense. I think it became more of a general aspect that it's what I identified in HOTS, and I don't play League of Legends or Dota, but I would imagine that I would have the same feelings at some point, as to like, why am I spending so much time like trying to keep up with the meta, and practicing, or like trying to earn these like fake points just so that they can be erased every like 4 months, at a season, so that I get like some virtual trophy, some form of a like an avatar or something like that, to show that at some random point in time, with like thousands of other people, I was a grandmaster, or I was a master, or whatever, right? I mean, like, I think I can find better things to do with my time. Basically, if I'm not enjoying the game, then I think it's time to call it quits. The thing is, I do enjoy playing the game, right? But I like playing with my friends, and playing with my friends is also hit or miss, because sometimes they're not good enough to keep up with others. So I can understand. Yeah, I hated MOBAs. I thought they were stupid as hell. And then like a couple years ago, my friend made me play HOTS, and like I was in the alpha, and I played it like 3 times, and I was like, yeah, this is stupid as hell. And then like at some later point, I started playing a little bit more, and like I started to enjoy it. And then they released like twice as many new characters at this point. I mean, they're like 60, they're like 70 characters now, right? And there were like maybe 30 at the time. And it's like, I don't need to like when I step back and look at it, like I don't want to keep like figuring out like all these new characters and their abilities, and like the patch notes just get harder and harder to read, right? So it used to be like patch notes of like, these 5 characters had these, 10 abilities tweaked. Now it's like these 37 characters have had these 852 abilities tweaked, and it's like, okay, I think it's a little past all that stuff. I don't think I'm interested anymore. Um, and really, you shouldn't play any games if you're not enjoying them, right? I mean, that's part of it. But sometimes the enjoyment is the challenge, right? And I can understand the challenge of things like trying to get accomplishments and like speed runs, and people do speed runs and stuff like that. Like, and then it can be frustrating, but there's a goal, right, that you're trying to find, and yeah, it's like reading an essay before actually playing the game, and the essay gets longer the more it goes, right? Or they just forget about characters, and then it's like, why do you even have them? Because they're either broken, or they're not up to meta, right? Like they're unusable in the meta. So just rotate the characters out or something. But even then, you still gotta know the characters, because if they get rotated back in, like you don't know how to use their skills and abilities, whatever. But if you're not having fun, you shouldn't be playing a game, unless the frustration is part of the actual challenge itself. And this is all in my own opinion of like how I play a game, right? But speedrunning and things like that can be hard, and the frustration is there, but the payoff is that you can accomplish it, right? Yeah, like Potman or whatever. The problem with HOTS is like a many like the problem with HOTS is it's a weird cross of like an MMO and a multiplayer game, right? And the problem is that winning, or the achievements, the goalposts keep getting moved back or forward or around, so they're never the same, right? And so you can never actually achieve things. Part of it is because of multiplayer, and part of it is a fake what do you call it? It's an artificial compensation for aspects that happen, right? So if some people get really good at any one character, it's guaranteed it's nerfed, right? Whether or not that character really deserved a nerf or not, like it's within, like, it's the whole point. Blizzard wants to make it so that nobody has an advantage over anyone, right? So if some people get really good at one character because of certain things, it's going to get nerfed, right? And then this just happens routinely, right? It's also the reason why I don't tend to play MMOs, is because every time they make you spend a lot of time to get something, and then they completely devalue it in the next like DLC or expansion, right? Where you spent like 100 hours trying to get an item and it's an awesome item, right? And then in the next expansion, all of the like lowest level items are better than the item that you spent 100 hours getting. And HOTS does the same thing, right? In terms of skills, except it's not as straightforward. So if I spend like 100, well, more than that, if I spend like 200 hours on Genji, right? And I'm like super good with Genji, but then it's like, oh, well, Genji's OP, right? Like, you know, he can't do these things. And so his abilities or damage gets nerfed slightly, right? And then because of the other changes, like where other characters get buffed, he basically falls straight out of the meta because he can't compete because of his nerfs and everyone else's buffs or new characters or abilities or things like that, right? And like this happens all the time, or obviously, right, you know, and it just gets so tired. It's, yeah, rinse, repeat, right? So now who do I find? Now, okay, let me try this guy. Oh yeah, cool, I found somebody that I really like to play. Oh, you know what? They just nerfed him and now he's not viable anymore. Oh, okay, great. So I just spent all that time, you know, learning a new guy. Whatever. If you're having fun, then fine, right? Whatever, do it, right? But to me, constantly learning, there's too much. Like, I don't want to spend my whole life in that game, I guess. I don't know. I'm just babbling while staring at this circuit board. I had to make some kind of audio stuff happen. And I guess I get a beer. What's Jun doing anyway? Hey, what's up, dude? Programming chips. Programming stuff like I do. Yeah. Oh, you came back. Yeah, I'm making an audio thingy, a harmonic maximization thing. I don't really know what I'm doing though. It generally applies to everything in my life. Oh, really? Well, why don't you play game getting people getting shot in the ass and I'll watch that. First thing you do is show up to my stream and complain. I'm not mocking you. I'm throwing back your. Yeah, it is. He like he teases me, and then when I tease him back, he pretends like somehow he's being taken advantage of. And then we get into a fight, and then I get crushed, and then later we eat barbecue or something. Yeah. Such a good scene. Yeah. Brilliant acting. Oh yeah, you gonna watch it? I really don't care much about anything these days. Sounds very dark, but it's not actually that dark. I'm not like suggesting anything. Just I mean, I've never really been that interested in movies in general. Like I like movies and stuff, but I just don't really care that much. Yes, I'm kind of numb. I'm numb. A little numb, I guess. I don't know, I'm tired. Really tired actually. I don't know. It's hard working, trying to find a new job, studying to expand your possibilities, and dreaming, and also have a family. And find time to drink beer. Audio in minus 50 times 4 plus 50. Yeah. I guess the one of the worst things though is like when you're like learning something and you feel so dumb. And I mean, at this stage in my life, like I feel like a fairly solid programmer, or at least I spent all that time programming. But it's very depressing knowing that there is a certain limit to where you can actually kind of get as a programmer in terms of technical skill. Like it's hard to explain, but it's like being a pro athlete, right? Like you can train all your life to be a pro athlete, but you're never going to make it if you don't also have the genetics. Like just because somebody else with the genetics that's also training like just as hard kind of thing. But you know, it's really hard like to be a top tier programmer, but it's not like I'm trying to aim for it. It's just that I know that like it sucks more when you've spent your like a large portion of your life doing something and you know that like even though you've done that, it doesn't really mean anything because there's somebody out there who doesn't need to spend as much time and will do something better than you, right? And really I shouldn't look at it so cynically, because regardless if it's true or not, it shouldn't necessarily impact me. But when I'm studying things, like new things, it's very difficult sometimes when I sit there and struggle with things, figuring things out. And then, you know, I came here and like I didn't want to run around and shoot people because it was too much, too high tension in my head. Like, what do you call it? It's too much thought exertion. And instead I'm programming things that, I don't know, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I was wanting to mellow out, but then I chose programming something, which programming has been causing me some stress lately because that's what I'm studying. So I don't know. I don't really know what I'm saying. What are my thoughts on Bitcoin? I think Bitcoin is extremely volatile, and I don't know what Bitcoin's weird, right? Like it's, I don't know. What do you want to know about it? Also, this is the worst beer ever, right? Just so you know. These Shiner Ruby Redbirds are goddamn awful. Well, good luck with them. Good luck to them. I think it's a little late to get. It's a little late to get in on Bitcoin at this point. Now, grapefruit's fine. I actually found a really good beer that had grapefruit in it. This has oh, actually it does have grapefruit. You're right. It does have grapefruit, but I can't taste the grapefruit. All I can taste is the ginger. I hate ginger. Oh, really? An entire year? So they have like 0.01 of a Bitcoin? Like based on the by nature of what you have to do to process Bitcoin, it gets like, I believe it gets exponentially harder. So if you're competing with like companies that are like mining Bitcoin, like 2 coins, dang, 2 coins. That's impressive. I mean, I mean, 2 coins, that's basically like $30,000, isn't it? Really? He's worked hard for it? Worked very hard, like slapping his machine around? Run those algorithms. Run those algorithms. Audio in minus 50 times 4 plus 50. Oh, okay. Later, shrubs. Have a good night. I'm probably gonna head out soon. Also, I gotta go into the office tomorrow. I don't have to, but I should probably show my face every once in a while so people remember that I still work there. Yeah, fun. So good luck though with your deadline. I'll talk to you before the end of the week, but hope it goes well. Hey, that wasn't too bad. And then I can replace this one with the cheaper one. Look at that. We're making modules and saving money. You should get this game, dude, and play it. Dang. How did these guys do it better than I did? Takes you away, huh? Actually, there's a game on sale called Gang Beasts. I've been wanting to get that, but those are kind of expensive, even though it's on sale for the game that it is. Curious how I can optimize this. Gang. Like Bloods and Crips. Gang Beasts. And it looks hilarious. Yeah, you saw it. It's pretty funny, isn't it? I mean, it looks pretty fun. Yeah, pretty much. Damn. Alright, man. I think I'm actually gonna go to sleep. I gotta get up kind of early. Try to find something more action-packed to play next time. Yeah, alright. I have a lot of games to play, actually. Not sure really what I want to go through. Oh yeah, Tomb Raider. I'll think about it. I don't know if I want to play. I don't know. I got some other games that I gotta finish. I don't know. I don't know. There should be Steam sale again, like winter Steam sale. Maybe I'll find something. Something that might be fitting. All right. Anyway, dude. I'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by.